Have you inherited a coin collection or an accumulation and just have no idea what it's worth and you're interested in finding out? I'm Barry Johnson. I've collected coins since the 60s and been a coin dealer since the 80s, and have worked at various coin shops and have owned one of my own. What I'm going to put together is a series of videos starting from the very basics, an accumulation, maybe somebody just threw their change into a bucket or something like that over the years. There might be some silver in it, maybe some foreign coins or whatnot. These videos are going to give you an idea. We'll start at the basics and work up into highly organized collections. The people who went out and bought maybe some fairly expensive coins. You'd like to find out what the value is before you think about selling them. So this first video is going to be on basic accumulation. Just most things would be based off the silver value, maybe some wheat pennies and so forth. So let's get on to that first video right now. Okay, in this first video, we're going to be talking about what might be worth something and what might not be worth something in an accumulation of coins that someone has put together. Say a bank teller that pulled things out of circulation as it came through, a grocery store clerk, somebody that worked in retail, or even somebody that had a big bottle of they just threw their change in from day to day and did it over 50 years. And you never know what might be worth something. So we're going to go over kind of those basic kind of things. We're not going to get into rare dates or condition anything on this first video here. What I will go over is over here. You'll see the spot prices. Spot prices, silver and gold, is just an ounce on the raw ounce of gold or silver on the open market out there. Most everything is based off of that. That can fluctuate day to day, even minute to minute. Right now is February 14th. Roughly, gold is right around $18.80, silver right around $24 per ounce. So with U.S. silver coins, they call it junk coins. That's these quarters, some half dollars, dimes. We'll go into those in a minute here, but they're usually bought and sold on the dollar's face value. So 4 quarters, of course, is $1, and then you would have there's roughly 3/4 of an ounce of silver in $1's face value of U.S. coins. So 3/4 of 24 is right around 18. That's right around what you can expect a coin dealer to pay you for your silver coins. So let's go over some of the silver coins. One thing, silver dollars do command a bit of a premium. As you can see, you should receive about $25 a piece on those if they're not real beat up. If they've got holes in them, somebody's gone after them with a nice pick, yeah, then the price is going to go down, probably down to this range just for the silver value. But the old silver dollars do command a little bit of a premium. So real quick, here is the infamous Morgan silver dollar. Here's an 1899. If you look real close, you'll see that there's an O mint mark on that right above the DO in dollar. Now, like I said, we're not going to go into scarce dates or anything. So this is just average circulation, common date, worth about $25. This is the peace dollar. Very common dates, 22, 23, 24. Like I say, there are some better dates out there. This has the mint mark right by the tail feather of the eagle. So the old peace dollar is called the peace dollar because it does say peace right there on the rock. Right after World War I, peace was had, and so the silver dollars popular. They command a little bit of a premium. Now maybe whoever was putting your accumulation together had some of the good old silver eagles. They started these in 1986 to compete on the silver market. This is a 1 ounce coin. They do command a little bit more of a premium. Dealer should be paying you $25 or so for one of these as well. Like I said, silver dollar has a little over 3/4 of an ounce of silver in it. Now, a lot of mistaken things is the Eisenhower dollars. And these don't have any silver in them. There were some special issues that were 40% that you had to order from the mint. Here is the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar. Most of those, essentially worth their face value. I've spent quite a few of them. Here's a little nicer one, might be worth $1.25. There's the 1973s are better dates because they only issued those in mint sets. So like we went over, 4 quarters, silver quarters, they'd be worth about $18 for 4 of them, which makes them worth about $4.50 a piece. Half dollars be worth about $9. Now, common silver half dollars, you had the 1964 Kennedys. 64 was the last year that they made coins in the United States for general circulation that were 90% silver. Okay, so there's a 64 Kennedy, the only year they did silver. The Franklin half dollars, made from 1948 to 63. Most of those in average circulation are just going to be worth $9 a piece. The Liberty walking half dollar, average circ here, once again worth about $9. That's what you can expect a dealer to pay for you. Even the old Barbers, they made these from 1892 to 1916. You can see how worn that is. Even if it's an O mint mark, you can just barely see that in there. But even that's just going to be worth around $9. So silver on that, like say, they call that junk silver, 90% junk. That's kind of where that runs with. Quarters, the Barber, like we mentioned, Barber is the guy that designed this particular coinage, and pretty worn. They usually got worn real bad because of the Depression. People couldn't afford to hang on to coins, so they would spend them and spend them and spend them. Here's a Barber dime that you can hardly see even any of the Lady Liberty detail. It got so worn on that you can't tell what the date is. You can just barely even see part of one dime on the reverse of that. These are only slightly better. You see it says 1 dime. Worn this bad, common dates, like say go for the silver value, worth about $1.80 a piece on those. Some of the other coins, of course, you have the Roosevelt dime. It's made out of silver, 1946 to 64, as far as silver goes, and worth about $1.80 a piece because of the silver value in those. Even the Mercuries, there's some better dates early on, but most of the average circulation ones are going to be worth right around $1.80 a piece. Is what you can expect a dealer to pay for you on that. As far as quarters go, there's a Liberty Standing, real nice in high grade. They're a beautiful coin, worn like this, and oftentimes the date would wear off, worth about $4.50 a piece. So that gives you kind of an idea of what your 90% coin would look at. Now, some of those, if they're really high grade, real nice looking, you want to be careful with those, because those can command some extra value, and some of our videos down the road will look closer into that. Some of the things that people have collected that you think might have some value. This is a bicentennial half dollar, real nice shape, maybe worth 60 cents. They're hard to sell. Everybody's got them that collects them. Now, one thing that you'll see a lot of in an accumulation would be the wheat cent. They've got the wheat spears on the back, Lincoln on the obverse or front. Made these from 1909, still have Lincoln on the front. The wheat pennies, they stopped making them in 1958, was the last year. 1959, they went to the Lincoln Memorial. Most of these average circulation are going to be worth about 2 cents a piece is what I usually pay, 2 to 3, and then sell them for about a nickel a piece, something like that. In the midst of that, you'll see here is the steel penny from 1943, and you've probably heard of steel pennies before, but these are the common ones. Now, the 1943s, they're made of copper, are the ones that are worth $250,000 or so. So wheat cents, like I say, in most all of the coins, there's going to be better dates. They're going to be worth more. Condition has everything to do with it. What I'm going over with is pricing for just your average circulated kind of coin. Now, maybe when a bank teller was working, a Indian head cent or two would wander in, you'd see those, and they'd, of course, trade them for a regular penny, and most of these worth about 20, 30 cents a piece. There's actually a lot of most of the dates out there, and dealers don't get too excited about them. A lot of people that don't know what they are think, oh, wow, it's an Indian head cent, but most dealers will have hundreds of these, and especially the common dates after 1890. even some of the 1880s. They're hard to move because collectors are looking for them, already have them. So they made the Indian hen set from 1859 to 1909. Now, like I say, there's better days. The 1877 is worth a lot of money. 1909 is worth a bit. 1909S is worth $600-700 on it from there. Nickel-wise, early on, they might see some of the Liberty V nickel, called the V nickel for the Roman numeral 5 on that. Most after 1890, most of those are pretty common. They got worn down because of the Depression, people spending coins. So not too exciting, worth about 20 cents a piece, as long as they're not culls. Same with the Buffalo nickels. Most of these worth 20-25 cents to a dealer. This is average circ 1930s, like 20-25 cents. Now, one problem with the Indian head nickel was that the date was the high point of the coin. The date should be right there. As you can see, this is wore off. I have a roll of about 50 of them just sitting over here. But without the date, they're not worth anything to a collector. They wouldn't be interested in picking those up at all. Now, as far as the Jefferson nickels go, most of those, there's the 1950D that's better. But in the 40s, World War II era, just like the still cent from 1943, they needed the nickel for the war effort, and so they put some silver. They used the nickel for the war effort and put some silver into, we call them nickels even though they're silver in this instance. See, you see the large mint mark over the dome. That's the only time they did that was on those silver nickels in the 40s, 42 to 45. So those can be worth about 75 cents to $1. A dealer might pay you for those. So that's just kind of part of a general accumulation that somebody might put together. Somebody may have went on a trip somewhere foreign and brought back some foreign coins. Here's a batch of foreign coins. For the most part, these are going to be worth realistically about a nickel a piece. Now, there are some better foreign coins that are harder to find. They're hit and miss, mostly miss, but even this old Queen Victoria large penny from 1897, probably worth about 15 cents, if that much, if you can get it. Edward VII, George V, and so forth. They made this size of penny in England up until about 1966 with Queen Elizabeth II on those. Various foreign coins. This is from Belgium, 10 franc piece. The old Chinese coins. They made these for many years. It's real difficult to tell which is which. Most dealers won't bother even trying to look them up. They'll probably pay about a nickel a piece, put them in a bucket, sell them for about 10 cents a piece. So this is just a quick start on a general coin accumulation. Somebody might be interested in silver. If you inherited a collection that had some silver, here's just some generic 1-ounce silver rounds. You can usually expect to get paid the silver price for that, about $24 an ounce on those. Here's just a variety of ones that, but there's all sorts of different ones out there. There's even rectangular ones. So if you happen to inherit a collection, see if this will help you out, give you kind of an idea of what your coins might be worth, give you a realistic value of what you can expect from a dealer. This will kind of arm you locked and loaded when you go into a dealer to sell your coins, that you have at least a rough idea of what to expect. Like I said, there's better dates. There are better condition on certain ones that may be common, but if they're 100 years old in real nice shape, then they can command a premium over what we went over. So if you have any questions, I'd like to email me a picture of a coin that you have a question on. johnsonscoins@gmail.com would be a way to get a hold of me. I think you can leave comments in the section underneath. I'll look at those as well once we get these up and going. But feel free to contact me and ask some questions. I'd also appreciate if you gained a little information from this, to hit the subscribe button. I will be going into more in depth with collections in further videos. We'll start into maybe a little bit more organized collections. The old Whitman folders here, we'll go through a few of those for various denominations of coins and so forth. But that'll be in the next video. We'll be talking a little bit more about better dates on certain ones. And in future videos, we'll go over different denominations of coins and maybe even go into foreign coins. I've done foreign coins for many years and quite enjoy those and have a good idea as to value. So once again, hit the subscribe button, leave comments, email me. Be happy to help you out with whatever I can. Appreciate you watching the video. Thank you.